Well, I really hope everyone had a great holiday and a Merry Christmas and whatever you guys celebrate. So, this is the final week of 2023. So, we got to do some cool shit here, I guess. And one film that seems to have like slipped through the cracks for whatever reason is a 1968 film called Dark of the Sun, which might have jump started the mercenary, grindhouse type subgenre. Because after this film was shot, and it wasn't shot in Africa, it was actually shot in Jamaica because there was too much political unrest in Africa to shoot it there. And this is about mercenaries. Captain Curry, played by Rod Taylor, and Ruffo, played by Jim Brown, who was third billed under Yvette Mimieux, who still looks great in a pair of jeans. Basically, what they don't say is it's the Mau Mau uprising. They say it's the Simbas or whatever. But the plot of the whole thing is they need mercenaries to go to this town to not only get the people out, but get $50 million worth of uncut diamonds out. That's the secret thing. And there's a deal cut. So there's a big, thing going on between Curry and Ruffo about, whether they can trust each other, yada, yada, yada. Truth be told, on set, Jim Brown and Rod Taylor did not get along at all, period. And that sort of derailed the production, some people say. But of course, every mercenary film has to have a resident Nazi, and they have a Nazi played, what the hell was this guy's name anyway? Played by Peter Karsten, who has a swastika, who does the horrible thing of they find a couple children and they feed them, and he goes, I'll take them back to the village, and basically he disappears. You hear a machine gun go off, and then Curry and Ruffo find him standing over their bodies, which he just killed. So anyway, they go to the town. There's some people that don't want to go, but the other problem is the safe where the diamonds are is on a time lock, and the Mau Maus are closing in. So they finally, with minutes to spare, get the diamonds, get on the train, are taking off, and the Mau Maus are lobbing mortar rounds and artillery rounds, and one just happens to hit the coupling of the cars. So the engine and the car after that keeps speeding on. The rest of the cars with the people and the diamonds roll back down the hill into the hands of the Mau Maus. Now they have to get the diamonds and basically fuck the people because they're all dead. So Ruffo comes up with this idea where he's going to carry Curry in like he just captured him, like he's a mercenary, and he goes into the thing with Curry hanging over his head. And we get to see one guy get a torch shoved in his face. There's ample evidence of nuns being raped, bodies are all over the place and shit like that. And one young soldier is being sodomized on a pool table. Great shit, right? Well, eventually they get in there. That one soldier that was being sodomized sets off a grenade. They get the diamonds. They get out. But the German knows that they have the diamonds. So there's this whole thing about trust between Ruffo and Curry. And Curry thinks he leaves the diamonds with Ruffo, but Ruffo secretes them in his Jeep. While Ruffo is in the truck on the radio with Curry, the Nazi bayonets him from behind and can't find the diamonds. So, of course, he attempts to rape Yvette Mimieux, who was just there for eye candy anyway. So, Curry goes after the Nazi and basically decapitates him off camera. All you see is the blood. And when he gets back, he turns himself in because he murdered an officer. Kind of weird and downbeat, but this was Jim Brown's second picture after The Dirty Dozen. And like I said, he was third billed. He was supposed to go to Chicago to do a sit-down interview with Roger Ebert about the picture, but he didn't. And he called up Ebert and apologized, saying that this is the one film he really didn't like doing. So, again, this thing's floating around on Tubi, and it sort of jump-started this, mercenary subgenre, which I'll come up with another one down the road because there's a really cool one, which involves two of the heaviest drinkers in the history of motion pictures. You can probably guess what it is, but we'll do that one down the road. Why waste the thing? The whole Mau Mau thing reminded me of a movie I saw late at night. Again, late night film noir, but this one isn't available for free and isn't popping up on Tubi or anything like that. It's a film called Something of Value, based on a book that I had read when I was in high school. Like I said, I caught this late at night. It stars Rock Hudson and a young Sidney Poitier, who basically grow up in Kenya and are childhood friends, but then there's a problem when the Portier character's father is arrested for doing some kind of tribal ritual. So then we bring in the Mau Maus. And of course, the Sidney Poitier character reluctantly joins the Mau Maus and has to attack his former friend's house. And one of the women who befriended him is crawling around with blood pouring out of her while they're wrecking the house, and he stops one of the Mau Maus from decapitating her and sort of has a conscience thing there. I know that him and the Rock Hudson character are reunited during the film, and there's a climactic battle. It's pretty rough stuff and pretty hard to find. I was looking for it last night, but unfortunately, I'm not paying to see this shit streamed. It's an old movie. It should be streamed like on Tubi or something. So, anyway, and I'd also like to give a shout out to my friends up at Southwest Family Physicians, Inc., my doctor, Dr. Fuentes, and a medical student I just met the other day named Mike, who actually watched this channel. So shout out to them. Thanks for everything. Yeah, I got some shit going on, but I'm not going to address that now until I got some answers. I'm waiting for some blood work to come back. So until next time, and we're going to have more for the week. So again, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a great holiday, and we'll catch you on the flip side.